So the problem is I want to make a nice homemade pizza, but I don't have pizza oven or a pizza stone. And also I want to eat it right now, not tomorrow. So all in all it should take you about 1.5 hours. 10 minutes making the dough, 1 hour rising time and 15 minutes to bake.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
So first of all we have to activate our yeast. You need warm water around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Drop your yeast along with some honey, dissolve and let it sit for about 5 minutes until the mixture is bubbling. Use a food processor, blender or simply your hands. It's such an easy dough to make, it will work either way. So in the meantime lightly flour your surface, the dough is ready in 2 minutes. Here we go. Look at this, nice and sticky, but don't be afraid, it's exactly how it should be. I like to give it a nice final touch by kneading it by my hand. You don't need to knead this dough for too long, I just like to feel it before I'm shaping it into a bowl. One hand guides, the other one folds. Using 3 fingers, fold into the other 3 and rub the dough between your hands to seal the bottom. Alright, when your dough is looking like this, you can transfer it to a lightly greased bowl, cover it and let it rest for 1 hour. When your dough is rising, prepare your baking sheet. So basically line it with parchment paper and add a little bit olive oil for extra crispy bottom. The time is up, uncover your dough, scrape along the sides and lightly flour your working surface. With your hands, start forming the crust. Start an inch from the bottom and work your way to an inch to the top. Turn around and repeat on the other side. There are 100 methods to stretch your dough. I find the easiest way is to let gravity take over and help you out. Carefully transfer your dough onto a baking sheet and brush the bottom with olive oil. It is giving an extra crispy crust and the seasoning is staying in place. I am going with an Italian herb mixture and fresh thyme. This always depends on what type of pizza you are making. The base for our spring pizza is fresh basil pesto. If you want to know how to make a homemade version of it, check out the link on top. A really unusual but healthy way of topping your pizza is to use thinly sliced potatoes. They are raw, but will crisp up in a matter of minutes. Now important, set your oven as hot as possible and pop your pizza into the oven for 10 minutes. Now check this out. Now the most important thing is missing, the toppings, which will lift the pizza to another level. We start off with fresh burrata. While mozzarella has a more delicate taste and more texture, burrata is much softer and full of flavor. In case you can't get your hands on some burrata, try to get buffalo mozzarella. Some chili flakes, but be careful, they are super hot. Fresh sprouts. And the star of the show, lardo. If you haven't tried it yet, you should definitely try it. The pizza came out perfect. It has a nice char and the burrata and lardo are melting on it, so let's dive into it. It's hot, it's dripping, I have to bite into this. Come on, considering that pizza took me 1.5 hours, it's just fabulous. Spring is coming, so that pizza is fitting perfectly. Fresh pesto, creamy burrata, crispy potatoes and that fatty lardo, yum! An awesome homemade pizza looking like this, done in just over an hour. Come on, this is something you really have to try. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, give me a like, ring the bell to stay notified each time I'm posting new video, and I really hope to see you in the next one.